Welcome to the Underground. This is your host, Joe Black. We were scheduled to have a panel of college students talking about the current political climate. So we had some scheduling conflicts, and I think we'll do that later on this week so that we will have that. And then next week, we'll have Kevin Stevenson on, and we'll be doing a talk on his book, Education Enigma. But right now, I just wanted to talk about a few things that have troubled me over the week. First thing I want to talk about, and probably the most important thing, is the president's mandate that schools must be open in the fall. And I know how difficult it has been for some of you parents. I know you all want your children back in school, but I'm quite sure that you want your children in school in a safe environment. And that is not what we have currently. And I hope by the fall that we do have that. But if that is not the case, I think it is criminal to send our children into an environment that is not safe for them, the rest of their family, and society as overall. You can look at the president and his traveling petri dish as they go around and spread COVID-19 all over. Currently, Tulsa, Oklahoma has an elevation in the number of cases they have of COVID-19. Also, the president's son's girlfriend has COVID-19. Number of Secret Service agents have COVID-19. And like I said, it's a traveling petri dish. He spreading it around. He's getting ready to have another event in New Hampshire. And he wants to put your children in this petri dish. It's like I said, we all want our kids to go back to school, but in a safe environment. He has pressured the CDC to relax its guidelines on school openings. He has threatened not to send federal funds to schools for this coming fiscal year. Now, who does that affect? Because schools are paid for locally. The programs that are federally paid for are things like school lunches, free lunches, reduced lunches. So once again, who's this going to affect? It's going to affect those who are on the lower end of the economic scale. Those people who he really doesn't care about, whether they're white or black. I know some of Caucasians or white. I know some of the white people out there who support him, but everything he does is against you, especially those of you who are on the lower economic scale. His tax plan was for the wealthy. It was not for you. You did not benefit from it. So anyway, let me get back to school. How are we going to social distance children? You may have a little success as you get up in age in high school, but 5, 6, 7-year-olds in a classroom, or do you think they're going to social distance? You think little Johnny's not going to run over and hug little Janie? Do you think they're not going to play with each other? And God knows, when have you not seen a kid without a snotty nose at that age? And those children will come back home and they will infect their family. And then if you have someone older who stays with you, they could potentially affect them and actually make them gravely ill. Until we get this COVID-19 under control, we need to curtail our social interactions. He named a couple of countries, Denmark and others, Sweden, I think, and that they're opening up schools. But when you look at their cases, they have 20, 200, 18 cases. We have 50,000 cases a day in this country. 50,000 cases. We have just went north of 3 million people being infected. We do not have a handle on this. And we're continuing to open up. We are doing worse. We're doing worse now in July than we were doing in April. This administration's handling of this pandemic has been inept. So, another topic I want to talk about is Trump supporter anger. Why are you angry because you have to wear a mask? I have seen people assault other patrons at stores. I've seen people spit on people. I've seen someone cough on a baby. Why is your support for this cult, the cult of Trump, why does it make you so angry that you want to defy all social norms, that you act out of character? I know you weren't acting like this prior. You're sacrificing everything for this man who doesn't care about you. Look at how many people acting on their impulses, their Trump-like impulses, are losing their jobs. They're being identified and losing their job. A couple, and I don't recall what city, painted over a Black Lives Matter sign in a city that was commissioned. They have been charged with hate crimes. They have been charged with hate crimes and face up to a year in prison. Another woman shouted out that Black lives don't matter. I think she worked for a school system. She ended up losing her job. The gentleman who did the little reenactment of the cop kneeling on George Floyd's neck. One guy was a New Jersey correction officer. He's under investigation. The other guy worked for FedEx and lost his job. You guys are following behind him with your anger, and you don't have the protection of the office of the presidency as he does. He is safe until November 3rd. The last thing I want to talk about real quickly is, if you've watched any of these videos, you'll know that I served in the military. I served in the military for 24 years in two branches, the Army and the Air Force. And what I saw was just beyond, I don't know how best to describe it. What I just saw just made me angry. Lieutenant Colonel Vindman, who testified against Donald Trump in the impeachment hearings, he retired from the military after 21 years of loyal service because he was being denied promotion to the next rank because he pledged his loyalty not to a person, not to a president, but to the Constitution and the people of the United States of America. He spoke up for what was right for the people and the country. We don't owe a loyalty to a president. Presidents come and go. We owe our loyalty to the country. We try to do everything that we can to enrich and make this country better. And this man had a Purple Heart and other things that signified his loyalty and patriotism, and he was denied promotion. Colonel Vindman is a patriot, a loyal American, and a hero, and to see him treated this way is absolutely horrible. I'm going to close this with one more, but Senator Tammy Duckworth was called a coward by Tucker Carlson. Senator Duckworth was an Army helicopter pilot in Iran, flying missions in hostile airs, putting herself in danger. Her aircraft crashed. And she lost both of her legs in service of this country. And Tucker Carlson had the audacity to call that woman a coward and not loyal to America. You know, I don't get into personal attacks that often. I try to be as factual as I can. But there should be a special place in hell for this man to insult that woman who has given nearly the ultimate sacrifice. She sacrificed 1/3 of her body, and you have the audacity to call her a coward. I don't know how you're on the air, and I don't know how you can sleep at night. Well, anyway, this was just an impromptu video. Thank you. If you like the content of The Underground, please like, subscribe, share. We'll be back with our panel, and the week after that, we'll have Kevin Stevenson back on, and we'll do a review of his book, Education Enigma. Once again, this is Joe Black. You are now part of The Underground.